Marvel Studios just announced a new Wakanda series coming to Disney Plus in 2024. We have the official synopsis for this new project, and we have a change in name to Spider-Man Freshman Year. It is no longer called Spider-Man Freshman Year, but don't worry, this is not in any way bad news for the upcoming series. We'll go through these updates in this video and go through what Marvel projects are coming out in 2024. It remains the same as far as Marvel movies go. Deadpool 3 is the only Marvel movie coming out in 2024 that takes place in the MCU. However, we do have other Marvel movies coming out that are going to still be pretty dang important for their future franchises as well. So with those movies and the announcement of this new series coming to Disney Plus for Marvel Studios, we're getting more Marvel content in 2024 than we thought we were going to get, which is a great thing. So a lot to break down. Let's dive into it. But first, if you're new, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the latest Marvel content. And if you subscribe and leave a comment, you are automatically entered in our giveaway for a chance to win an Xbox Series X, a PS5, some Marvel Legends items, or some DC items. The winner gets to pick one item, and we pick one winner at the end of each month. So we've known now for many years, since basically the beginning of Phase 4, maybe even earlier on, that Marvel Studios was making multiple series on Disney Plus that were going to be about Wakanda, a bunch of different aspects of Wakanda. Some about some characters, like it was rumored that there was going to be an Okoye series, and there still very well could be. But as far as official announcements, we haven't had that many. However, last night at Disney, they screened a couple of episodes of Marvel Studios' What If Season 2, in which before they officially announced a new series coming to Disney Plus for Wakanda titled Eyes of Wakanda. This is going to officially be an animated series, and they have announced that it is coming in 2024. And like I mentioned, we do have a synopsis for it. And the synopsis reads as follows. Throughout Wakandan history, brave warriors have been tasked to travel the world retrieving dangerous vibranium artifacts. This is their story. And I quite like this idea. I like it so much that I wish this wasn't exactly an animated series. However, I look forward to it nonetheless. And I'm really excited to see the dangerous vibranium artifacts that they're going to discover. Throughout the entire history of Wakanda, people have been trying to break in and steal artifacts. That could be one aspect of what is going to happen in this animated series. People break in, like Claw. We might actually see Claw. We might actually see some more Killmonger story. And some people from Wakanda go outside of Wakanda to try and retrieve what was stolen. Also, at the same time, perhaps some vibranium landed elsewhere in the world, and Wakanda had to go retrieve the vibranium that landed in other parts of the world so that they were the only people who could have vibranium because they did not trust the rest of the world to have it, which we know is how Wakanda felt until T'Challa became king and opened his resources up to the world for the very first time at the ending of the first Black Panther film. And part of the story could take place as a consequence of that as well, as T'Challa opening up Wakanda's resources and revealing themselves to the world. Black Panther Wakanda Forever showed us that people want vibranium, and they are willing to search for it themselves and try to get as close to Wakanda, if not inside Wakanda, to try and obtain vibranium. Plus, not to mention, there are countless mercenaries in Marvel Comics history that they could have try and steal vibranium from Wakanda, so that could be a part of the story as well. There are really a lot of ways they could take this story, and it's really exciting to hear about, and it's really exciting to hear that it's coming next year, which really is only a few weeks away. So it's great we're getting another project in 2024 because we weren't supposed to get that many since they delayed many of the movies. And of course, like I mentioned in the beginning, they have officially announced that Spider-Man Freshman Year is no longer titled Spider-Man Freshman Year. It is now called Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. This is also an official announcement from Marvel Studios. This was also announced at the What If Season 2 event, and they have confirmed that this is indeed going to release in 2024. And again, as far as we're concerned, they have not changed anything about this project. Everything is pretty much still the same, each episode the same. The characters are still going to be the same. The story is pretty much going to be the same. Peter Parker is not mentored by Iron Man, aka Tony Stark, but Norman Osborn. We'll also see some very familiar foes like Doc Ock. So that's all staying the same. The story's the same. Don't worry about that. This should be a pretty killer animated project that I know many people, including myself, are really looking forward to. So what does 2024 now have in store for us? Well, these are all of the upcoming projects from all the different universes and multiverses, we should say, from the main MCU to these animated projects that do not connect to the MCU to the Sony Spider-Verse, because there are many Sony Spider-Verse films that are coming out next year. So as far as 2024 is concerned, we have 3 animated series coming from Marvel Studios and Disney Plus, and those are, like we just mentioned, Eyes of Wakanda. Then of course we have Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which is the new title for it, and then we have X-Men 97. And as far as animated series goes, these all sound really interesting and exciting, so I'm looking forward to these. Now unfortunately, we don't have any release dates for these 3 projects right here. We have been told X-Men 97 should be early 2024. We were also led to believe that Spider-Man Freshman Year, as it was titled before, was supposed to come sometime probably late 2024, which would mean Eyes of Wakanda would probably be mid 2024, but Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man and Eyes of Wakanda could be switched. And really, X-Men 97 could be switched as well. So if we hear any official release dates for any of these, we'll be sure to do videos on them, so be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. There is also the possibility that we could be getting Marvel Zombies in 2024. That is another animated project, although we haven't heard anything official about that yet. But kicking off Disney Plus for the MCU live action will be Echo, coming out on January 10th. And this is supposed to be pretty raw. For the old Daredevil Netflix series fans, this pretty much has the same tone, and Vinny D'Onofrio has stated that we should enjoy this one. So don't sleep on this one. They are going to be releasing every episode simultaneously at the same time, so January 10th, the whole series drops. Then we have Madam Web, that is coming February 14th of 2024. For those who are fans of the Spider-Verse or even just curious to see what direction they are taking it, Madam Web is supposed to be a very important movie for that Sony Spider-Man universe. So if you're curious, don't miss out on that movie. Then we have our one MCU film of 2024, and that is what everybody is calling the MCU Savior, Deadpool 3. Hugh Jackman's Wolverine is returning, and of course we've heard just a ton of reports about original X-Men returning, maybe some old Fantastic Four members returning, some variants of characters that we know and love are going to be in it. Overall, it just sounds like this movie is going to be absolutely crazy and probably one of the best things that has come from Marvel in a pretty long time. So mark your calendar for that. It comes out July 26th of 2024. Then we have on August 30th, 2024, Kraven the Hunter. This was originally supposed to come out in 2023, but due to all of the delays from the strikes and such, they pushed it to 2024. There's been some rumors that there is going to be a mention of some Spider-Man connection in this film, or a Spider-Man setup in this film, so if you're very curious about this one, be sure to go see it in theaters. Also, it's supposed to be pretty brutal, as we've seen from the Red Band trailer, so hopefully it's a step up in Sony's Marvel game. Then we have Agatha Darkhold Diaries, which is currently slated for September 19th of 2024. And to end it all, we have Venom 3 coming out November 8th of 2024. And everyone is looking at Venom 3 wondering if we are going to see a Spider-Man show up. Not necessarily the Spider-Man like Tom Holland's Spider-Man, but perhaps Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man shows up, maybe Tobey Maguire's, or maybe a completely different Spider-Man could show up in the Sony Spider-Man universe. Tom Hardy has stated that his end goal is Spider-Man vs. Venom, and he has announced that Venom 3 is his last Venom movie. So fingers crossed, Spider-Man, a Spider-Man of some sort, shows up in Venom 3. And that's all we have for 2024 coming from Marvel in every way, shape, or form that has been officially announced at least. Go ahead and let us know what project you are most excited for in 2024. I gotta say, mine is Deadpool 3, but I really am looking forward to basically all of these projects coming out, but let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of the latest Marvel news. You can also follow us on Instagram and Twitter as well, and as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.